Yo, what is the crack? Today I am bringing you the very first video in the whatchamacallit, Ubuntu. Like earlier on, like I just did the less than an hour ago. I made the virtual machine version of it, and today I am going to walk you through the basic setup of a Linux terminal, and we will work from here. We will work from our virtual machine that we have created. So you want to open, obviously you want to open virtual machine. Now, considering this is one we used, we will power on the machine. Okay. Virtual printing features globally disabled in system. Don't care. Now just kind of wait until it actually boots up. But in this, in this video, I'll cover the essential tasks and perform after installing Ubuntu, and they will help guide you, will help keep the system updated, guide you on what to do, and help you with future learning and improve usability in general. So we will log into this account. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6. Just so you know, I don't ever really use 1 2 3 4 5 6 as passwords. I am just using it in this because, well, I kind of feel like it. So, considering this is so ugly at the minute, we will go full screen. Let me see how that looks. Yeah, that looks fine. I was just looking at the recording to see if it looks fine. Okay, so you now have the operating system up and running. First thing you should always do is open the terminal. You can go search the terminal, or if you want, you can press Control Alt T and that'll open the terminal too. However, normally I actually would just search for the terminal, or I would have it on my taskbar here. But what you wanted to know is obviously update, and to do that you need to do sudo super user apt apt update, and they'll ask you for your password, just to make sure you're not an idiot. And 100 packages can now be upgraded. The reason you check for the updates is obviously it will contact the Ubuntu repositories, downloads package metadata, and checks for real packages. However, to actually upgrade them or update them officially, you need to upgrade them, and that will install the latest packages. So what you want, how you do that is sudo, I can't see my keyboard, sudo apt upgrade -y, and now you just wait, and that is currently downloading all these packages for us. And the next thing the reason you're going to obviously do that is updates the software, applies some security fixes, and keeps your system current. The next time we just, considering all this updates and all done, we'll just mess around with the terminal just a little bit, and I will start with just verifying what Ubuntu we're in. I know exactly what one we're in. We're in 26.04, but it's nice to see it on screen. And to do that, you type in lsb_release -a. Oh, I'm not even here. lsb_release -a. As you see, it tells you what one you're on and what version you're on, codename Resolute, release 26.04, Ubuntu 26.04 LTS. Next thing I would generally like to show people is how to display your kernel information. There's a lot of information in here that you can do, but we will start off with who are you, pretty much, your username. To do that, you write a uname -r, generic username, because we're using a virtual machine. It might be different for you, and just say you want to see what kind of CPU you have in. I'm wondering, will this actually show up, because this is a virtual machine, so we will see it anyway. So to do that is lscpu. Okay, this is your CPU information. Yeah, it's telling you everything about your CPU, like your architecture, your addresses, your byte order, your CPUs. You see we programmed it 4 at the start. Model name, AMD Ryzen 3700X, 8-core processor, model, blah blah blah, all this information. Virtualization features, hypervisor vendor VMware, virtualization type full, your caches, your nodes, your vulnerabilities, and there's just a lot of information there. So it is, and it's quite nice to see. If you want to clear the terminal, you just type in clear. Clear just clears the terminal, obviously. Now, if you want to check your memory information, you go in free -h. Tells you how much memory you have. We do have a lot more memory. We have actually 16 gig in the PC. However, because we give the virtual machine 8 gig, it is only reading that we have 8 gig, and we're using 1.3 gig, and there's 4.2 gig free share, blah blah blah, you know, the standard. So these is actually some of the simple ones and fun ones. However, what you should probably do if you're running this on a virtual machine is install OpenVM tools, because it improves integration between your workstation and VMware. And to do that, you will have to, let's just clear the screen, okay? Sudo apt install open vm tools desktop -y. We are now installing this, and now you just wait. As it is now installed, you always will have to reboot your system. However, you can go up here and do it. However, let's not do that. Considering we're in the terminal, you just try it in sudo reboot. Right. Okay. Let's just do reboot then. I don't know what that meant for a time there. Sudo reboot normally works. I don't know what happened there. And now, because we have VM tools, we get some slight benefits, especially with using virtual machines. One being better display resizing. You also have clipboard sharing, so you can copy something on your main PC and paste it onto your VMware machine. I think it should be okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But just to show you that working, we will just create a text file, just plain text file. Okay, test. We'll just call it test. Whoa, this has gone over 2 or 3 monitors. It is really bright. Bloody hell. This is a test. Control save. Okay. Now, and we will copy this to like the actual text itself, and we run Ubuntu again. Now, we should be able to drag the file in. As you see, we are just dragging it in, and why did it not show up? Okay, it's actually not letting me do that. That is actually really irritating. That is actually really irritating, because it should actually be working. But okay, be that dick. Well, anyway, let's create a notepad. text editor and see if the task control V works. And now, hello from Linux. I know I didn't spell Linux right. We're going to copy that. Discard it just, and we will go back onto our main PC. Control A V. Hello from Linux. Okay. There's more that it does, but that's kind of a benefit if you're taking prompts from your actual PC. It is really beneficial to be able to just copy them from there, paste them on there. Especially if you're working with server stuff. Makes it a lot easier. And now, what we should probably enable our firewall in Ubuntu. To go into terminal again, Control Alt T. You see we're open and running. We should check the status first. So sudo ufw status. So us 1 2 3 4 5 6. Status inactive, as you see, means our firewall isn't active. So what we want to do is actually enable it. To do that, we go sudo ufw enable. Firewall is active and enabled on system startup. And to verify that, we will just use our, well, I mean, you can do that, or you can do sudo ufw status verbose. Just gives you a little bit more information. Not a huge amount, but it's very simple information. It gives you a bit more information. Now, we now have the firewall installed, and I would probably urge some people to maybe consider installing another piece of software, and we will install curl. I'm not going through what these softwares are. I will go through them in another video. Okay. So what you want to do is sudo apt install curl -y. Curl generally can let you get stuff from the web page. I am an idiot. I'm blanking what curl actually does right now. Okay, let's just ignore that. I will go make another video at a later date, saying what's good software and stuff. But as far as I know, it's just pretty much curl software from repos, and so you can take it down. I want to be sure on that, so let's just actually search that up. What is curl used for? Okay. Transfer data to or from a server. Yeah, pretty much. Client URL. That's what that fucking means. Okay. Yeah. So there you go. Now, we want to make. We do have it installed now. As a developer, if you're going to develop, you would like to have Git installed. So you, as usual, sudo apt install Git -y. Okay, now in theory that should be installed. However, let's just double check at Git version 2.53. Now, why did I do that like an idiot? Clear. Now we Git version. As you see, Git has now got a version. Now, what probably would be a good one to install is the Nano text editor. And yes, how you do that? So, oh, we're over here. So apt install Nano. Okay. Nano's already installed. Okay, I didn't know that, but okay, happy days. I genuinely didn't know it was installed. Now here is another thing. Because we are currently running on Linux and we're going to do a lot of stuff, we want to actually, see what the hell we're doing and see where we're working from. To do that, print working directory, pwd, tells you where you're at, ls-l, tells you all your files, lists your files. Let's just clear the screen, okay? And we'll do ls-l. It gives you the permissions and what files we have and all that stuff. It's self-explanatory. It's just like, hold on, we are actually, again, where are we actually at? pwd. We are in home, and just drag this over here a second. And yeah, we're in the home anyway, and you see desktop, documents, all the files correlate to those files. So happy days on that one. What we want to do is actually go into our documents. Actually, do we stay in the home directory? Okay, we'll stay in the home directory. So what we want to do is create a folder, and we will call it, okay, to do that is make, mkdir, make directory, and we will call it linux-lab. As you see, we just created that folder and it shows up on the screen. Now, to work from that directory, we can go in here and we can open the terminal here. However, since we are now on Linux, we might as well follow what they like to do. The Linux people like to do is terminal everything. So to do that, it's cd, change directory, Linux lab. You don't even have to fully type it. You can fully type if you want, or you can type half of it and tab over. And now, as you see, our directory has changed to Linux Lab. To go back, yeah, I will clear the screen. Sorry, pwd. As we're in here, as you see, we're in home Lewis. Now you want to go cd Linux Lab, and now it's just print working directory. Now we are in home Lewis Linux Lab. Happy days. We're exactly where we want to be. But we will just go through some basic Linux navigation at the minute. Okay, as you've seen it all here, but we can just do a bit of fun here. Okay, so ls, there's no files in here, so we actually have to go back. ls lists all the files just on a list, okay? But if you want more detail, you can do ls-l, or you can do ls-la. Gives you a hell of a lot more details, a hell of a lot more information. And again, we'll just clear the screen. Oh no. We are still on home username, and again we'll just change into the Linux lab, and yeah, print working directory. I was just showing you a few small order commands. I know I've already done those. What you want to do is, considering we're in a Linux lab, we would like to create a file. We will just call it, to create a file, use the touch command, and we will just call it notes.txt. Now we will actually go in here so you can witness it in real time. Notes.txt has been created. Now to edit that file, we go into Nano, notes.txt, and now we have Nano installed. So yeah, and then you just type, hey, hello from terminal, and then we go save it. Okay, now how do you actually save this again? I haven't used Nano in a long time. Okay, it's O, isn't it? Yeah. Control G. Okay, so Search, display information, execute a command, display information. You should always use help if you need to, okay? Okay, so save file without prompt. Did I actually save it? I fucking did. No, we don't want to. Yeah, we can't write it over stuff. Okay, so yeah. Control X and Control X to exit. And yes, I fucking knew it was Control S. Bloody knew it. But I was like, don't know. Anyway, you've seen it there, and to actually again open it, you will see it there now. So Control X, and yeah, you will see it has been updated. Now, there's a few other things we can do, but we're running quite late in time. I didn't want this video to go over 20 minutes. I actually wanted 15 minutes, but I am a dumbass and I rant on. The next thing I would probably like to know is check your disk usage and check your storage information. To do that, use to df-h. Opens up all of it, shows you every bit of information you have here, like temporary files, available, use, size, gig, temporary, none, blah blah blah. Just shows you your disk usage. And that's pretty much all I wanted to show you now. Yeah, and let's see. Okay, as we did so much here, sorry I had to pause it there because I was like, last time I tried to create a snapshot in VMware, it kept crashing. But then I remember that was on Linux. Like the host was Linux, not the PC it's run on. I was running Windows via Linux, just so I could actually get access to Photoshop. There's other ways of doing it, but that was the best way of doing it back then. So, considering we have done this now, we would like to create a snapshot, because before you make any major changes, you would like to make sure you have a backup in case you mess up, so you can roll it back and you experiment safely, and quite useful for learning actually. And to do that, we will go up to our files here on the main file on the VMware VM. We take a snapshot. Okay, yeah, okay, take a snapshot right now. Okay, no, take a snapshot right now, and we'll name we'll just name a snapshot 2. Okay, so, and we will just touch test2.txt. You see that is here. Okay, now that will be there always. Okay, however, just say you have messed up and you want to revert, you just go back here, revert to snapshot 2. By restoring the snapshot, the current state will currently be lost. Yes. Now you just wait. Okay, restoring virtual machine state. Just wait, and okay, and now we have back to exactly where we were, and we no longer have that file. It's a really good file to get in the habit of doing before you install anything. Create a snapshot, just in case you have fucked install up, or you just brick your system. Then you can better restore, because it's not a pain in the ass to run bare metal and then you have to go back and reinstall and blah blah blah. It's just makes life a lot easier and makes things a lot smoother. So in conclusion, what we did today was actually just update Ubuntu, installed a few security updates, verified your system information, installed VM tools, which is really helpful, enabled the firewall, installed Git and curl, and practice very, very basic Linux commands, and check your system resources and show you snapshots. Now, this was only the first video on Linux. There's a lot more, and I could probably explain more in detail, and I probably will, but this has gone on long enough, and your Ubuntu at the minute is now ready for further administration. scripting, networking, and projects. But I know I didn't explain a lot of information. I just went through a few commands. I might actually just make up a markdown file. It explains everything I did and what exactly it all does. I might just get ChatGPT to do it for me, or one of my local AIs, because it's just faster. Either way, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It has been a long one and I apologize, but thank you for watching.